for helping people, helping and impact and influencing. You've wanted that since you started transitioning.
Around 10 years ago. So I kind of feel that way. By accident, I was able to influence others in a good way. And I was surprised. I was kind of overwhelming at the same time, surprising.
In the past, sometimes the emotions take you to a place that actually might drag down all the work that you've done.
That's why it makes myself believe what I'm going through right now. It's a purpose, teaching something or try to show me something in order for me to do what I want to do next. After I overcame the obstacle, overcame the trauma, I have a new identity. That's the pattern.
This is the Transparency Podcast Show.
This is Tawni and Shelbe, and we're going through the sales coaching process together, and we're going through the purpose part of this.
Okay.
And we got to one really
deep.
We got to one deep place.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talked about your mom, like she couldn't fully unlock herself till maybe the end of her life.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so some of those things are dealing with treating your wife better, forgiving your father, and things similar to that.
Right.
And you have that image
when you describe what I was trying to do to others.
Yeah,
that's kind of just mirror back to me about came to my mind. That's kind of about her life for the past 30 years of her, life was kind of like that.
Okay. So you want to help others that they can unlock themselves now and not have to wait.
For 30 years. Yeah, no. 30 days. I don't know. Yeah.
And not only doing that for yourself, you really, whatever people are doing in their business, real estate or whatever, you want to help coach them for that important thing.
Yes. This part is because this is my own experience because of who we are. Back then we have a different avatar or a self-identification, right? Identity. And back then I was no confidence, no social life, and this lack of, I feel I don't have anything that I feel I'm proud of myself. And also my family feel that way towards me. And that kind of just make me was not doing so well. We'll say I feel I was a loser. Okay. And then somehow I become this way. I kind of align my inner self and outer self. And I started to see the potential. I started to have courage. I started to have the purpose. So it's completely different once a person kind of align to their inner self.
Okay.
So I know this part is possible for everybody, no matter who they are, where they came from. And this is just our inner self. And then about my mom, that's more like external influence. Yeah. So external can be resolved too.
Beautiful. When you have that alignment of inner self and outer self, you have a purpose, and that purpose is aligned.
Yeah. I realized that after I transitioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'll ask this just another time. So
okay.
You said all these really good things. Is what else? When you think about all these things we just mentioned, what else?
What else?
Yeah.
Well, this one is more, the part that I mentioned to you about, I was looking for alternative way for healing for my mom because she had cancer. And this is just my, should I say, dream, or my one of my purpose, not dream. One of my purpose is to really hoping can find a way to heal people without medication, without radiation, without chemo, without those pharma that we know about today. You know, I mean, I'm sure there's different ways, and this is more different than, business self inners kind of paradigm shift. So that part I'm not very clear at this time.
Sure.
But I do kind of step into more like meditation, sounds, vibration frequency can change somebody's thinking and the way they can affect the body. So what I heard from, Joe Dispenza, Dolores Cannon, they say, if you can make yourself sick, you can make yourself heal at the same time. So, yeah, so they both say that. So I just have to find a way.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna review this back because the words are very powerful. It's like to helping others, healing, feeling abundant, freedom, valuing oneself, help people who have a victim mentality, have acceptance, and have purpose, to show, coach, and teach, to unlock your own potential and their potential, to have spiritual freedom. And then when we talked about this, it reminded you of your mom and that image. And then, you kind of, this is more simple, but you can help people unlock themselves so they don't have to wait till it's, kind of close to death, that they can really unlock all of that.
Right.
You can do that, and you can help other people do that yourself. And with that, you have purpose and alignment. And as well, even though not clear, you to looking for alternative methods and alternative ways for healing.
Yeah. Yes.
So healing's a lot in this.
Healing's a lot, yes.
Very good. All right. Can I ask you one more? What else?
Oh, what else?
Yeah.
Well, I think the last one will be legacy, right? We talked about it before. Yeah, because I still wants to have one day do that family foundation, and hopefully under my mom's nickname to help people, and above what we just mentioned, and but it's more like people in needs, like maybe hunger, this, how do you say, this unfortunate children, LGBTQ community people, people who's homeless, all those, and that, using my mom's nickname, and I'm doing it on behalf of our family, so that hopefully that will be the legacy.
Okay, so it's like the legacy. Could I ask you, though I may not know or understand, may I ask you, you're saying your mom's nickname?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, Ime.
Ime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why
very interesting. Yeah, the second word is beautiful, pretty.
Oh.
Yeah, and then first one is like how do you say, like classy, kind. So it describes someone who's very classy, kindness, beauty. Yeah.
Classy, kind, beautiful.
Yes. Kind.
And with that, your legacy.
Of
Okay.
Of me and her and our family. Yeah.
Okay. So we're still kind of talking about purpose, but it's like, what I want to say is like, What has worked in the past for you?
What's worked in the past for me?
Yeah.
I do see a pattern, and I'm glad that there's pattern, there's left it like a footprint trace pattern for me to see now, because I feel every time there's some trauma, something happened in my life dramatically, impact my emotional, hurtful, and then it will really bring me to the next discovery or the next level.
Okay. So, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
So it kind of, as of now, that's why it makes me myself believe what I'm going through right now. It's a purpose, teaching something or try to show me something in order for me to do what I want to do next. And that's also the foundation of me not giving up, because I always tell people, I've done it before. I can do it again. Or, I've been here before. I can, break through this. Yeah. So throughout my 40 some years, there's, Tony Robbins said it's called seasons, winter, spring, summer, fall. So now I think I mentioned to you I'm in this winter season. So, yeah. So I have about 3 to 4 seasons throughout my 40-year life. I think every 10 years there's something going on for me every time. So it's sometimes good, sometimes bad, including the transition is part of the, transformation. And every time I come up with a new, every time after I overcame the obstacle, overcame the trauma, I have a new identity. That's the pattern I saw. And it works. And it works for me. And every time, as long as I keep going, then it will show me the result.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and like you said, what's worked is you've seen a pattern or footprint, and you've been there before.
Yeah.
And you know that it's going to bring you to the next level. So you don't have to give up, and you've been there before. And also it's like the seasons of your life, though at the current moment, it's a little bit of a winter, but all this gives you that knowing. So that's what's worked for you.
Yes, because when I describe what I'm trying to see what I can do for others is kind of put myself in that vehicle right now, in a way, right? So, yeah, I believe I've been telling my friend, like, experience is what truly not understanding. So if your body is not experienced, or your emotional is not experienced, you will never know. Even though you study from the book, you still don't know how will that feel, or how you overcome. So I believe what I'm going through right now is for me to understand how to help others in their life or in their scenario. Yeah.
Okay. And just on the other side of that, what hasn't worked in the past?
What hasn't worked in the past?
Yeah.
I do know, like, again, back to the pattern, I do know the things that kind of, like I mentioned, when I have emotion or something, I do stupid things. That part is the one that really dragged me down. And a person, if they build something, it takes, let's say, 5 years, 4 or 5 years, like a college student, 4 years to graduate. But if I do something like that, stupid stuff, then it takes very fast to drag you back to zero. So I think that's the part. I'm self-aware, it's a good thing. And see the pattern. So I think if I have to go through whatever coming up next, then I will know that not to do that, because it will take me another 4 years to get back up.
Okay. But you know, in the past, sometimes the emotions take you to a place that actually might drag down all the work that you've done.
Or partial.
Or part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that a good way to say it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what I'm curious about, so this is another easy, fun question, is like, how willing are you to take the inspired action to get the clarity on the business and to do these things that you mentioned earlier about legacy and family and all that stuff?
How clearly?
So how willing are you to
How
take
willing?
inspired action related to all of that?
I'm willing to take action. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because I already at this point, came to understand everything is about willingness. If you don't feel willingness, no matter how attractive, how put it in your face kind of thing, you still won't do it or accept it. So that's willingness is the one that makes things move.
Okay, so you're willing.
Yes.
You're willing to take action. You're willing to take inspired action.
Yes, because I have a why, and the why is attached to a very strong emotion. And again, I see the pattern through my past. Every time I attach something with a reason, with a strong emotion, trauma, or some sort of breakdown, and usually that it's a very, very strong, invisible force drive.
Okay. When you have success in making your legacy, when you have success, how will you know you'll have success in making your legacy, helping other people, and having clarity in your business?
Well, I will feel that way when I see another person is reflecting on what I want them to hopefully become.
Okay.
Right? That makes me feel happy.
Okay.
Yeah. And that made me feel I contribute to somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you see other people successful, you'll feel happiness and contentment.
Yeah, like if I can, like all the things I was mentioned that I'm trying to do, and throughout this process, if this individual or a group of people that really take the step of what I'm showing in the future, and then they really have the results, then that's the success that I will feel. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah. And it's funny, the more and more we have a clear image on that, what that success looks like,
Yeah.
the more clear it gets us to achieve it. So it's an important question to ask of ourselves.
Yeah. And then the legacy portion is, I believe if that first part is achieved, then I don't want to put any orders. Sorry, scratch that. Either can happen at the same time, or right,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So if a person if group of people who needs help, and if I feel abundant, I will be able to, and then in that sense, and see them receiving the help, that will make me feel that I'm doing my purpose. Yeah.
And when you're able to give them that help and they're able to act on that help, what does that look like for them specifically?
They will look, for them, they will be relieved, right?
Mm-hmm.
And depends on individual, because some people might feel that's enough at that time, at that level. Some might want to go, okay, now they might want to also, because it's kind of like a ripple effect. If we help somebody and that people might get influenced to help whoever they met or they encounter down the line too, like that. And I think that's greatest results that
Okay.
that a person can achieve, right?
Okay.
Just like every mentor has a mentor.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's the
Absolutely.
same well,
So,
logical thinking. So
do you want to mentor people?
if I can, when I can, put it that way, not if, when I can,
Okay.
right?
But you do want to mentor people?
Huh?
You do want to mentor people?
If I can, but when I can.
Mm-hmm.
When I can, yeah.
Okay. All right. But I'll just ask you one last question about that. What is mentorship to you?
This episode is brought to you by Kitcaster. Kitcaster books you on top podcasts. How do funded startup founders attract prospects and talent? Podcast interviews. How do entrepreneurs with exits find new deals? Podcast interviews. How do C-suite execs differentiate in crowded markets? Podcast interviews. Kitcaster books you on top podcasts. Click the link in the show notes for a special offer. Celebrate good conversation.
Well, mentorship is not, it's different from what we go to school, like you got to listen to me. You got to follow 1, 2, 3, what I said. No, that's more ego thing. I think,
Right.
I think mentor is like, have you heard of this? Like when you share something with others or even coaching, teaching, explaining to somebody or a group of people, then at the same time, you're learning as well.
Okay.
Right. So mentorship to me, in my perspective, is I share what I know. I share what I learn. I share my passion with someone. And then during that process, I learn more about myself. I learn more about them, and that energy feeding each other back and forth. That's the truth of mentorship for me. It's not
Okay.
about, it's not the way I said earlier, not that like a school way I tell you, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. So I'll just ask another question, especially when we're thinking legacy and some of the other things that you mentioned you wanted to do. How long have you wanted that?
Not too long.
Okay.
Well, let me put it this way. The helping people umbrella has been feeling this way since I transitioned, because I see what I can, I did see what I can do at the time. That's why I came about this idea, this helping others, impact others, influence others, that umbrella. But if we go very specific about like healings or coaching, mentoring people, that part is not too long. That's probably just 6 months after my mom's passing.
Okay. So if I could, for helping people, helping impact and influencing, you've wanted that since you started transitioning. Is that right?
Yeah.
So maybe how long would that be?
Well, I would say about 10 years.
10 years? Okay.
Yeah.
And just recently, about, is it
6 months.
coaching or mentorship, or what is the one just recently with your mother?
The healing, the healing part, the coaching, teaching is spirituality is 6 months or so. recently.
So as far as influencing, impacting, helping people, over 10 years or 10 years or more.
That's about 10 years. Yeah.
And then just recently, the helping, coaching, teaching, spiritual aspect, just recently in the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. But 10 years. Okay, that's a while.
Let me maybe explain because around 10 years ago, like I mentioned, I do see it's kind of by sometimes when I'm not planning to do certain things and something just have the result come out. I use the word by accident. So I kind of feel that way by accident. I was able to, you know, influence others in a good way. And I was surprised. I was kind of overwhelming at the same time, surprising. Yeah, I think I mentioned this to you before. And that's the time I start see I can do something like that. But it's very, very surface, you know?
Mhm.
That's why I say 6 months ago, it kind of went more deeper because 10 years ago, all I know is, okay, maybe I just show my face and do certain things like the events that we had, all those events. That's
Right.
for me too, is that, or make a movie. That's the part that I was, helping, impacting, inspiring others. That's very surface, right? If you know what I mean. And right now, 6 months, this past current 6 months, I feel it's more the inner, deeper helping, not just
Okay.
surface. Yeah.
Okay. But you've always wanted to help people for a long time, to influence and impact them. And now you want to be able to do that at a deeper level.
Yeah, because my grandma said to me when I was really young, I imprint in my head. she said, if I ever see anybody needs help, I should help them. And that's just in my mind. And like I mentioned, my past life, I have no way of even think about that phrase. You see,
Sure.
and I also had a dream that I remember so long time already. I don't know what was it. If we have time, do we have time? I can
Yeah,
share.
go ahead.
Okay, this dream is very trippy. I would say.
Sure.
Okay, I was dreaming about was it middle school, first grade to sixth grade? What school is that? Middle school?
Middle
Yeah.
or elementary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
elementary school. I was in my country. I dream about myself in that school, and it's after school. We walking out from the school, and I was the person. I always get bullied. I was a little boy, and then come out of school, and then went onto the bus, and people bully me left and right. Okay, and then this little girl, came to me, and kind of rescue me from in the bus from being bullied. And then strange things happen. And then somehow the bus is going to explode, blow up. Okay. And then she somehow help everybody, including myself, a little boy, to escape from that explosion. And she sacrificed herself. That's my dream.
Okay.
So,
So
so this dream is in my childhood. I forgot how old I have this dream, but I always remember. So when I grow up, you know something? As a guy, as a boy, as a guy, I've been searching for this girl that will help me. Okay, so every girlfriend I came across is, is this the one? Is this the person? And then around 12, 13 years ago, I realized I'm not that boy, I'm that girl. Right? So it's so, I don't know, so weird.
So if I understand you right, you in that dream really, and you can say that today, you were that girl. Shelby is that girl.
Yes, I thought I was that boy because this dream was when I think I was young, less than 10, I had this dream. So I remember clearly, I can even see an image right now. And so I thought like I mentioned, I grew up, I thought I was this boy, because in real life, I've really been bullied as growing up and come to America, and a lot of people bully me ever since I was young as a boy. So I identify myself as that boy in the dream, and I'm looking for this tough girls, this superwoman image to be with and pay her back, kind of like pay her back, in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never really found it, even though I've been with few girls. And I came to realization 12, 13 years ago that, I am actually, like I mentioned, that's when I came about to know I have the influence of helping others. Earlier, I said. So I kind of had that a little bit awakening or aha moment that, maybe I'm the girl, not the guy, the boy.
No, thank you for sharing your dream.
So that's so that's why with my what my grandma said in this dream, I kind of just live my life under those two what do you call it? Philosophy? No.
Truth.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting, like you had this dream of this girl that rescues the people from that bus. And that bus
rescued me. It rescued me from bullying as well.
And bullying. Yeah. And now you had that, because of that, you had this realization, and also because your grandmother told you about helping people. So now you realized, with all of that, how you can help people.
Yes.
So that's been around for quite a while, hasn't it?
Yes. 40 years, at least.
Okay. All right. But it's interesting, you're talking about the dream that you had, and you're talking about what your grandmother left you with. And with all of this, you realized, how you can help and impact people.
And with my own experience and my mom's, it's a reflection of, I know, me understanding where the help can be, right?
Okay.
Because without knowing the trauma or the experience, then I won't know what's there to help, right? So.
Right. But if I may say, this desire to truly help others, almost even in your own words, rescue, that's been with you for quite some time.
Yeah. Rescue in my dream.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, and good, just, kind of recapping that question, it's like, to help and impact and influence people, definitely you've had that, wanted that for 10 years. And then just recently you've seen these deeper levels of what you can do. And really with coaching and change and impact. But it also reminded you of these things from your past, what your grandmother left with you, and even some dreams that you had as a young kid, and some realizations from those. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go into two parts that are a little more, they kind of have to explore the difficult parts. So is that okay? We go into that right now?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So on the first part, what is keeping you from having that legacy?
I don't really think about what's gonna keep me. I just know it's should I say time? I mean, time. Like I know it's not gonna be an overnight thing, right? So but I don't see it as a keeping me away. I just know that as long as as long as I keep going, it will be there. I will get there. It just, yeah. So I don't really had a something to at this moment to feel it's something that keep me away from that. Yeah.
Okay. So, but time is an issue.
No, because if it's legacy, I believe it's over time,
Okay.
over time accumulate
Mm-hmm.
of a person's doing or
Mm-hmm.
achieving, right?
Okay.
In order to have a story, right?
Okay.
Legacy is a story, technically, right? So a story, one page won't tell much, but if it's a book, then there's a
Okay.
story. So that's how I see it.
Sure. And just I'm just going through some of the things that you've named is like, uh, ha- has anything kept you from being able to help others unlock their potential?
Well, it's a very interesting question because my current situation is slowing me down. That's for sure, right? Because if I want to say go somewhere or enroll in some programs, and my current situation is not going to stop me, but I know it's slowing me down. I can feel that way. But then, but then, if I don't have this situation, I won't be able to experience myself to show others later. So it's like the balance that I need to be balanced. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what in the past has gotten in the way of having that, specifically maybe having the alignment or having that ability to help unlock that in other people? Um,
Okay. So I think that I just had a thought. The last question you said, what would be stopping me or blocking me is, I think I kind of came out one. It's same thing. It slows me down. It didn't really stop me. So the blocking and stop is sometimes let's say I hang out with the wrong person, wrong people, and it has and it made myself develop. I mean, I'm not blaming them. It's my choice. So at the same time, I develop a bad habit and keep me, not going forward. That's one thing that I can think of that really stopped me or blocked me.
mhm.
So,
Okay.
but over time, again, I see the pattern because I attach that with my emotion. So once my emotion overcame, then I don't need that anymore or that person anymore. Or, yeah. So I kind of, yeah.
Mhm. Okay. And what do you think you need to change in order to have the clarity in your business and to be able to achieve that legacy? What do you think you need to change to have that?
I think change. I feel that the good, what should I say? Okay, let's put it this way. In a normal circumstance, a person who's going through a tough financial or what I've been through yesterday, usually a person will be just sleeping, lying on the bed, and depressed, and not even expose themselves with opportunities or a class or a course or this kind of call, right?
Mhm.
And if the person is like that, then they will have to change. But for me, because of what I've been through before, so I know in order for me to change, I have to participate like things like this. Otherwise, I'll be stuck in that forever. So, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
is that I'm not sure if I'm make sense to you.
Okay. Well, it's like, we're in one place, we want to be in another place.
Yeah.
To do that, we have to change.
Right. It's just like I heard this from somewhere that our 8 hours go to the work for other people or any type of work, it's a survival, right? To survive. But anything additional to that 8 hours is to change, is to to change, to thrive. So
Okay.
yeah,
So changing to thrive.
yeah, changing.
Okay. And and sometimes some of these questions, they are not easy questions,
Mm-hmm.
but they're made to make us think and go a little deeper.
Yes, I love it.
And you're going to hear my dog snoring, so I apologize.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, okay. All right, good. But you do. So if I understand you right, and let me know if I don't.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that in order to change to have these things you want, you have to continue to be involved in programs and things that lead to your improvement, just like what we're talking about today.
Yeah, like self-improvement, learning new skills.
Okay.
Invest in yourself. That's
okay.
That's what
All
I
right.
do.
Investing in yourself. All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the other side of not investing in yourself, you might, you're using the example of somebody just on the bed depressed.
Yeah, because that's why I put myself as an example. If normally a person, what I've been through right now, financial or the credit card, people calling me every single hour like that, or what I've been through yesterday with family, normal, our people like what I just described usually not going to be going on the conference or going to the webinar,
Mm-hmm.
because I know what because of what my experience before, I know in order for me to get out of this hole, I need to do this in order to get out of this hole.
Okay.
And people who's not, that's why maybe later the part of the me helping others, I can share this part in the program that, you've been through everything right now, but you just have to do opposite to have opposite result, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay. Sometimes it's not easy to do the opposite.
I know it's not. So that's why I know this need to change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, our mind has to change. Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. And everything that's up here.
Yes. Everything starts from here.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna I have to go in a group of questions that is kind of on the more challenging side.
Okay.
So and again, I just want to make sure that's okay with you that I ask these questions.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. So what would be the impact of not getting this legacy?
I will be sad. I will be, I don't know, I'm just gonna feel very bad. Yeah.
And okay, yeah, like you'd be very sad, you'd feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
How else would that impact you personally?
I'll probably end up the person described.
Okay.
Depressing, doesn't want to do anything anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I will probably feel I'm give up or some sort of, yeah.
Okay, thank you. But this is really important. How would that impact your family?
Impact my family.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't, we're talking about if we don't. Particularly, I think they will probably think that they were right about me. I think. Well, I never really shared that with them that I want to have this legacy or legacy for our family or our mom. But in a way that to me, I will, what I just described, I'll be feeling depressed. I don't want to do anything. I'll be back to be a loser. And to their eye, they will think, see, I knew it. This person is never going to, be successful or be, be somebody. Yeah. So that's how I predict that's how they're going to think and see and feel.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. And how would that, okay, again, not having that legacy, how would that impact you professionally?
Profession?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a ripple effect. I'm I'm a very sensitive person, personally.
Mm-hmm.
I think the personal life or my own personal life is not managed well, then my professional life will affect the same way. That's how has been in the past. Every time there's something going on personally not well, then it will drag my professional side down.
Okay. All right. And the impact of not getting a legacy, how would that impact the world?
I'm just imagine, okay, because I won't know for sure, right? So I imagine the world well, let's put it this way. Imagine certain people I'm sure needs, let's say, Tawni to show up. Not all of them, but certain group of people. So if Tawni doesn't show up, then this certain group of people will not also show up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's what I imagine. Not probably the whole world, but I'm sure we somehow connect. We all connect, but particularly certain people, certain group of people, we tend to have more connection than others. And if I don't show up, then they won't show up. I don't know if that makes sense.
So the people that you're connected to, if you don't show up, they're not going to show up either.
Yeah, if we answer your question,
so what would that world look like?
It's like cause and effect, right? So if I don't present this good cause, then it won't have a good effect and will be less people to get unlocked before they came to realize a lot of things, right?
Okay.
Like the last few near-death moment that I described earlier. Yeah, because they also this probably come from one of the motivation speakers. He said another part, a lot of people who's near death, they looking back and they will regret. They will have a lot of I should have did this, I should have done that, I should have, right? So I don't want to be that person, that's for sure. And then I know a lot of people don't want to feel that way too, because in the religion, Buddha's saying it's a karma. If you feel that way, you have to come back and redo it again.
Oh,
right? So I input, yeah. So back to that. If I don't have my legacy, if I don't create this Shelbe showing up, then less people gonna be conscious awake, I guess.
Okay. No. Oh, wait. All right.
Is that how you conscious awake?
That's very good.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. So then we can get to the other side of this. So what would be the positive impact in your life of getting this legacy?
Mm. Impact. Again, I'm envision because I won't know. I think it will be just like, we have music, we have movies, we have books that came from hundreds years ago, or long time ago, or like Egyptian 5,000 years ago, right? So if there's no Egyptian, no movie, no book from the past, then the future or today present will look very different, right? In a way. So if we, so well, okay, I'm sorry. Your question is asking if there's no legacy.
No. We're okay. Let's breathe for a sec.
Okay.
Yes, you were answering the previous question.
Okay. Can you ask
that
me
was
the
good
question again?
So now I'm asking you the other side, which is the positive side.
Positive. Okay.
Positive side is what will be the impact of you getting and attaining this legacy?
Okay. So what I said earlier is it's actually answering. I just lost my thought. So without those media, then then the world or the reality would be shaping the different. So the positive will be, let's say, if my group of people that I'm impacting, let's say it's trans community, then there will be a lot more trans people that can benefit from this legacy, this impact, this effect, cause effect. And I'm sure the world, let's say 10, 15 years down the line, will be very different from today's.
Okay.
Yes.
But look, so then we're going to go down to, thank you. It's like kind of a world view that the world in 10 or 15 years, the world would be a better place than it is right now. That would be the impact of that legacy. And so how will achieving that legacy impact you personally?
I just had a thought because.
Okay, go ahead.
Because all the things that I describe, want to do, or legacy, or because of my mom or grandma or the dream, it's all because of love. Right? And so what all the things that we describe is technically passing down the love to others. So even like I mentioned, the media, the movie, I made a movie called LGBT love stories. So I believe, love unite people, love change people, love will automatically have a positive impact in the world. So even though we put this term, that term, but the bottom line is love that we are spraying out, right? You and I, or whatever we do in our life, we're spraying love. Beautiful. I think that's the legacy of everything.
So, and the impact of doing this, how will that impact your family?
I think will help my family. Yeah, I think I think will help my family too, because me and my sister are very different, and she is more very academic type of person. I'm a very strict person. That sounds weird, but so because of her study, her background, education, she's very, very black and white. There's no gray area. It's hard for her to accept gray area. It's hard for her to accept someone who's have both yin and yang together. You see what I mean? And if I can have this legacy, this showing the love, then it will change people's perspectives, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. And for your changing that perspective for your family, how what will that
That
look like?
that will also that will change her, and so she won't be so black and white, and probably in a way not, should I say, open-minded, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Open-minded. And for anybody else in your family, how would that?
Well, my family, it's only my dad and my mom, my dad and my sister now. So, my dad, he's very traditional.
Mhm.
And same, I think my dad and my sister are very similar, even though my dad doesn't have that same educational background, but he has that mindset, go to school and be somebody, and follow the society, right? Follow the society. So if I can, if I have this legacy and change the perspective of my sister, it will automatically change him at the same time, because they're more closer than me close to him. So
Okay. Beautiful. Okay.
It's okay.
And I know, but no, these are like, this is the positive side of the equation. So how will getting that legacy impact you professionally?
I think that professionally will be impacting not just me. It's if my group I'm impacting is, let's say, trans community, then everyone will not be in a victim mentality. They will see the alternative, different. They don't have to follow the society if they can help themselves and do stuff for themselves. They can still be successful for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that way, everybody will be, financially stable or in a way, right?
Okay. So,
freedom too. Don't feel trapped in spiritual.
Okay. So be successful, stable, financially stable, and in a broader sense, freedom. Okay. So that's how it'll impact you professionally.
Yes. The reason why it doesn't sound like me, but because what I mentioned earlier, if I share my experience, skill, knowledge with others, I'm learning at the same time. So and then I said, if I see others able to get the result, it makes me feel happy, abundant, achieve success.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said, for me professionally, is when another person or a group of people are able to receive that, then that's my positive professional results.
Yeah. Positive professional result. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, and then just take this one level further, is how will achieving this or getting this legacy, how will that impact the world?
I think it will be more less hate, more love, more support, acceptance, happiness. And so then people can be more healthy. Right now, I don't know. I just feel, I'm not sure it's because the age, my age, to the point that every day I hear somebody pass and somebody got sick and this and that. So so much. So I'm not sure it was because the world, or is it because I'm at that age that these things, appears more than when I was younger. Yeah. So hopefully that can be changed.